What is up, Flavor family? It's Bobby. And the other day on the Flav City Instagram stories, I made cauliflower fried rice for dinner. And you guys went gaga. You said, do I have a recipe on the website? And the thing is, I do, but it's not keto because it has like peas and soy sauce and stuff like that. So I thought, let's hook up the keto fam with a low carb, keto friendly, veggie loaded fried rice topped with some spice crusted juicy chicken thighs. I mean, how good does that sound? You wanna do it? Let's rock it, baby. Let's rock some keto meal prepping for the week. Chinese 5-spice crusted chicken thighs, cooked until crusty on the outside and juicy in the middle. Paired with low-carb cauliflower fried rice with a boatload of veggies, soft scrambled eggs, and lots of good seasonings. All right, guys, you know the drill. If you're looking for a healthy meal prep that actually has flavor, you better click that old subscribe button. Desi and I are rocking out new videos every Friday morning, and we would love for you to join the Flav City community. All right, my friends, this recipe starts with 5 boneless, skinless chicken thighs in front of me. This recipe obviously works with chicken breast too, but come on. The fat, we don't care about. The calories, it's just a little more, but the flavor and the juiciness you get from chicken thighs is where it's at. I was thinking, what kind of spice rub can I make to kind of make this Asian-y? Brandon, have you ever had Chinese 5-spice? Come over and smell this. It's kind of like 5 spices in one. So instead of having to make one, it's done for you already. And I can almost never remember all 5 spices. Let me see. There's cinnamon, Szechuan peppercorns, cloves, star anise, and I always forget the 5th one. Someone look it up and tell me what it is. But
I smell the cinnamon.
Yeah, you smell the cinnamon, right?
Yeah.
Cloves, cinnamon, star anise, Szechuan peppercorns, and fennel. There, I got it. All right, woohoo! All right, before we hit up the chicken with that spice rub, let's dust over a good amount of salt, then add half of the spice rub. Flip the chicken over, add some more salt and some more spice rub. And in case you're new to my channel, or in case you're new like Brandon, do you know why we always let the chicken sit at room temperature for 20 minutes before cooking it? We do that so we don't put cold chicken into a hot pan because it never cooks evenly and it tends to be tough. Plus that 20 minutes it's sitting at the counter, it's also soaking up that marinade. So I'm gonna push that aside. All right, we can get cracking on the cauliflower fried rice while that is marinating. By the way, if you can't find Chinese 5-spice at your grocery store or a spice market, if you have a spice market somewhere in town, go there. The spices are always gonna be the freshest, but I will leave an Amazon link down in the description box for one over on there. All right, I got a large nonstick pan preheating over medium-high heat. I'm gonna drizzle in 2 teaspoons of avocado oil. Avocado oil for 2 reasons. Number 1, it's very good for high heat cooking. And number 2, it has no flavor. I don't wanna use something like olive oil here because I want a neutral flavor. I just wanna taste the flavor of the stir fry and the vegetables. Speaking of veggies, in this bowl, I have a lot of them in the form of broccoli, sugar snap peas, and onions. When you do a recipe like a stir fry or fried rice, prep all your ingredients ahead of time because it goes quick. If you're kind of like waiting for that while you're chopping the cabbage, which will go in next, you're gonna overcook it, it's gonna get soggy. While I am waiting the 3 or 4 minutes for that to cook, speaking of Desi and Mai's trip to Israel and Jordan, which I talked about the other week, I wanna give a shout out to Turkish Airlines. I don't know if you followed us back on that vacation that we did a couple weeks ago, but they upgraded Desi and I to business class on the way there and the way back because it was Desi's birthday and because I asked really nicely. We get on board, there's 2 chefs that greet us as soon as we get on there. I've never seen 2 actual chefs with French hats on the plane. They serve you like a 5-course meal. It was probably the best food I've ever had on an airline anywhere. The lounge in Istanbul had fresh, delicious food, even like the tomatoes. Like the tomatoes on the airplane, which usually are disgusting in the States, they were fresh, like an heirloom tomato. It was crazy. We had Turkish coffee, desserts, lakoum, all this amazing stuff, and it was an amazing experience. So check them out, follow them on Facebook and Instagram, and show them some love. And hey, next time we head out to that way again, I'm gonna hit them up again because that was the bomb. So big thank you. All right, veggies have been going for about 3 to 4 minutes. It's good to give the heartier vegetables like the broccoli a head start. Now I'm gonna add some red cabbage that I finely sliced. Man, I wish red cabbage were a little lower in carbs. Green cabbage is way lower, but I just love that color of the red. I couldn't pass it up. And then obviously we add the garlic a little bit later so it doesn't burn. So add 2 cloves right here. And then raise your hand or click that thumbs up button if you love soft scrambled eggs, kind of marbled all throughout your fried rice. Do you love that? Right? And Brandon's like, he would have raised both hands if you could. Yeah, I might as well just show it. Right? The more eggs, the better, right? So most recipe call for like 2 eggs, 1 egg. Homie, don't play that, right? So I just cracked 3 eggs into the bowl here, and having these running through the cauliflower fried rice adds some silky, luscious fat, and it's just so comforting, right? But before we add that to the pan, we gotta add some ginger. And ginger you wanna do even after the garlic because it can burn, but let me show you my favorite way to break down the ginger. Use a spoon and just peel away some of the outer tough skin, and then use a microplaner to grate about a teaspoon to a teaspoon and a half. And then add that to the pan. Next ingredient is the eggs. Make a well in the middle of your pan, like this, and then pour the eggs directly in there. Just use your tongs here to stir them. And I like a soft scramble, so I'm gonna kind of incorporate everything back into the middle after it's just together, and I'm gonna use my other hand here to grab my boatload of cauliflower rice. So I have this beautiful, look at this, Brandon, cauliflower rice that I just grated, and it has a much better texture, and it's wet and it's juicy as opposed to the dry, stockified bags at Trader Joe's. Hey, I love Trader Joe's. I'm just saying, sometimes you gotta do the homemade. A little elbow grease on a box grater is gonna go a long way. So let's add some to the pan here. 1 cup. I wasn't exactly sure how much we should do, so I'm gonna measure it on the go here. 3 cups, 4 cups, and 5. Let's see what that looks like. And then carefully mix that around. That's exactly 1 medium head of cauliflower plus a half or a quarter more. All right, now there's 3 sauces I always use for fried rice that are like always in my pantry. Number 1, for spice, we have sriracha sauce, or the more low carb alternative would be sambal oelek. It's a chili paste that is phenomenal. For a little bit of nuttiness, we have toasted sesame oil. And then for the low carb soy sauce, I have coconut amino acids. So this is gonna be our saltiness. Let's shake in maybe 2 tablespoons. Let's add a teaspoon of the sambal oelek chili paste. And let's add a teaspoon of toasted sesame oil. Go easy on this stuff, it's really strong. And see what happens to the color now? Like that coconut amino acid is kind of turning the rice brown, like fried rice. And like visually speaking, like Brandon, if I told you just by looking at this pan, it was fried rice, you'd kind of believe me, wouldn't you? Yeah. All right, now I can shake it without making too much of a mess. And that is proper. I mean, come on, you guys. Wow, that's perfect. I thought for sure it might need more aminos or more spice, but it's salty, it's spicy, it's nutty, and I got a big hunk of that egg. That egg is everything. All right, another beautiful thing about this recipe is that we're using 1 pan to make everything. So I'm gonna dump this out and we'll cook the chicken thighs, and guess what? We're done. All right, guys, check it out. Just in 20 minutes, look at the chicken thighs, right? You can see that marinade has penetrated down deep into the chicken and the chill is off, which means when I put it into the hot nonstick pan, which by the way, I'm preheating over medium-high heat right now, it's gonna get a beautiful crust on there. Now, go ahead and drizzle 2 teaspoons of avocado oil in. And then anytime you add oil, wait another 30 seconds so that oil can heat up. It's all about hot oil and a hot pan creating a beautiful crust on that chicken. If your chicken doesn't make that noise as soon as it hits the oil, take it out and wait 30 more seconds. Now, if you don't have a splatter guard, am I like not preaching it enough? You don't want this oil splattering everywhere and cleaning up for an hour after cooking. Buy one on Amazon, link below, and slap it down. Wait 5 minutes, then we'll flip that chicken. Okay, let's give that chicken a flip. Oh, come on, you guys, give it up for that crust. That is just absolutely beautiful. Gonna let it go another 4 minutes and then pull it out of the pan. Time to evacuate the pan, pull these beauties out, and then put them on a clean tray. I wish we had smell-o-vision. I mean, Brandon, does that smell ridiculous? Is that 5 spice? Is that cinnamon? Is that peppercorns? Is that cloves? It's just so darn savory, and the chicken is juicy as can be. Now, if we're going back to my chicken rules, Brandon, here's another one of my sacred rules. Never cut into hot chicken out of a pan. Do you know why? Because the juices are boiling inside, and if I cut into it, all those juices run out, making the chicken dry. Oh. Right, so we're gonna wait 5 minutes, gonna cut one up, plate it, and then we'll eat it. Let's get a healthy scoop of the cauliflower fried rice. Oh, look at that, you guys. It is just steaming and beautiful. And grab one of the juicy chicken thighs. Slice that up. Oh, really juicy, I love that. And put it on top of the rice. Garnish with some green onions that are finely sliced. And a nice pinch of sesame seeds, and we're done. All right, you guys, there it is. Low carb cauliflower fried rice with juicy spice crusted chicken. The look is unbelievable. The smell is unbelievable. There's only one thing left to do, is to taste it. So let me get one bite here. I gotta do my 30 chews, but dude, winner, winner, chicken dinner. That chicken is so juicy. Brandon, crush this. The rice, honestly, it's almost like one step below from tricking someone into rice. It's fluffy. It's soft, it has a little bite to it. All those veggies and the seasonings are banging. This is low carb Asian food done proper. You guys, the recipe is down below in the description box, along with the macros, the storing, the reheating. You gotta hook us up. We worked hard on this one. Share this video, spread the love, subscribe to our channel. What do you think of this, Brandon? Oh, Brandon's first ever cauliflower rice in history, so no pressure, but.
I'm gonna take this.
You've earned it, Brandon. You guys, we got 2 more keto videos streaming right below me right now, but I'll see you next Friday like I always do. Hashtag keep on cooking, mad love. Peace.